Hello, dear sisters. Today's topic is from TTC, trying to conceive, to PFP, preparing for pregnancy. Since I started this website, since I was really active on this website starting in 2013, a large portion of what I talk about has been trying to conceive. And I have been informed by the Divine Mother that it is really time to change that focus. Many of the women who have been with me throughout the years are now getting pregnant, and she has told me that it's time to take the emphasis off trying to conceive and move it towards the preparing for pregnancy and being pregnant, because those of you that are becoming pregnant now are going to have a very different experience than those of us who were pregnant 5, 10, 15 years ago. They're going to be divine pregnancies, and I really can't wait to hear more about them. I do have a really exciting announcement, and I got this news yesterday that 3 of the women who have done the Divine Mother activation in the past months are pregnant. All 3 announcements came in one day, and I fell to my knees just in such gratitude. These are women that have been trying for so long, and they did the Divine Mother activation, which helped rewire the brain a little bit, but most importantly, it helped bring in the energy of the divine. So I also want to share that these 3 women are in 3 very different stages of their spiritual journey. And what that means is that, one is really in the divine flow and going with it and just aligned with it. One, I would say, is in the middle and is making a really beautiful transition. And then another, she's felt like she was stuck in the darkness, just really, really stuck. This is beautiful news because it means that you don't have to be at a certain level to get your baby. You don't have to be spiritually perfect. You don't have to be even divinely aligned most of the time. It's just a little tiny spark that needs to be fed and released. And just that little tiny spark is enough for the divine to get into. So I do want to share a little bit. I'm not going to mention any names, so I'm not going to, give away any privacy. I know these pregnancies are still new to these women, and they're holding them close to their heart. But I'm just going to tell you a couple of different scenarios of how it came about, so you know that it can happen all the time, anytime, no matter what, especially when we just light that little spark of divinity in us. So one of them, and this is what I will say, she was the spiritual master, and I just love this. She stopped, taking temperatures, charting, keeping track of her cycles, absolutely stopped. And instead, she asked for the Divine Mother, show me the sign for when the opportunity is for us to bring in this baby. I'm getting chills right now. She asked the Divine Mother to give her a sign when it was the best time to try. And her eyes were wide open for those signs. She got her sign. And nature sent her a sign. She looked up the meaning, and she knew it was time to do it. And this is how it can work in the divine. You're open to the divine. You ask the divine for signs. It's given to you, and then whatever you're asking for sort of magically, miraculously transpires. So beautiful. On the other end of the spectrum, this other woman who's felt like she's been encased in darkness gave up. She absolutely gave up. She and I had these conversations about, you know what? I think it's just best that you stop doing this right now because it seems to be making it worse. So in essence, she's like, all right, Divine Mother, I give up. I want to be a mama, but I don't know how to do it, so I'm just going to stop trying, and if it's supposed to happen, you do it. I mean, she just totally gave up. And then now she's pregnant. These are the things on opposite ends of the spectrum. The Divine Mother just needs a little spark to get in to work these miracles. You don't have to be at a certain place spiritually, and you don't have to earn it. This is great news. So let's change the trying to conceive to preparing for pregnancy. So I've talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about it again. But it really is the time to stop keeping track of your fertility cycles, to stop checking to see when you're ovulating, trying to, figure out when's the best time for you to have this baby. This is all, I'm going to say, service to self, which is just very me oriented. And we think it's because we need this to fulfill us. Now, anyone who's on the site wanting a baby, it's because you have a role to be a mother. It is a valid and appropriate desire. In fact, it's your duty. However, the journey getting there, when we learn how to rework things, when we learn to rework our minds, rewire our minds, and let in this divinity, things can change, not only for your fertility and for your baby, but in your whole life. So I talk about this everywhere lately. I have a whole new website that I've talked about before, and I'll share the link here, about surrendering to the divine, and how you kind of surrender to the divine because you want one area of your life to turn out one way, but then everything in your life starts to change in really dramatic ways. So it is about the surrender. It's about the surrendering it, but then the service to the Divine Mother. So I'm just going to give you an example. So instead of saying, I want to be a mama, it's my desire, and when's the best time to do it, and I'm going to keep track of it, instead of going that way, let's turn to the Divine Mother and say, Divine Mama, Divine Mother, I know that it is my duty to be a mother. I don't know how to make it happen, so I surrender it over to you. If there's any actions I need to take, then let them be clear, and then keep your eyes open. It's really just, it's a shift from trying to figure it out and trying to make it happen on your own to surrendering to the Divine Mother and asking her to make it happen for you and with you and through you, and just being open to the signs. That's really what it's all about, is the surrender part of it. So instead of saying, you know what, I know none of us say this, but we sort of think it in a way, being a mother to this baby would really serve me. And instead say to Divine Mother, if me being a mother serves you, then please let it come about. It's really just a shifting of focus. And it really is all about, and I'll just keep saying it, the surrender of it all. My thing's starting to freeze. So I really just want to say, I'm going to keep going. I know it's freezing. I know it's freezing, but I'm just going to keep going. Or maybe I'll do another video. All right, I'm going to do another video later because this one's, I want to release this information, and I know it's freezing, so I'm just going to stop right now. But this is the time to really make that mind switch, absolutely make that mind switch. And if you need help, the Divine Mother Activation is here with you. 3 pregnancies yesterday. I'm so grateful. The Divine Mom is so good. And I love you. I will talk to you soon. I wonder if I can keep going. It's not freezing anymore. Divine Mother, let me keep going. I just want to say the summer solstice is coming next week, and it is a ripe time for upgrades and divine advancements in every way. I'm myself it's really time to support the physical, because the physical is catching up to our divine vibration. It's time to bring the divinity into the physical. I just started a 28-day cleanse yesterday. And as I was reading about this, I read how fruit is so good for fertility. So if this speaks to you, ask the Divine Mother to show you. Don't start an ego-based cleanse. I almost did that and said, I'm not doing anything until it's spirit-led, and then it fell right in my lap. Thank you, sister. You know who you are, who sent me this book recommendation. I would recommend it, but I don't think it's for everybody right now, so I'm not going to. It's spirit-led for me. Ask the Spirit what's right for you. What is best for me to support my changing, transforming body right now? It probably won't be a 28-day cleanse, but even if you want to do like a 3-day, 7-day fruit cleanse, it's so good for fertility. So if that speaks to you, ask to be shown a sign, ask to be shown where you should go. Fruit is so good for fertility. the fruit of the womb, right? So look into that if it speaks to you. And also look for the ways that you can surrender to the Divine Mother. You can do it right now. Divine Mother, I surrender my fertility to you. I can't make it work on my own. I need your help. I lay down my will and my plan and ask for your will and your plan. Her plan is always, always, always better. So I want us to change our vocabulary. I never want to hear anyone say infertility. Okay, if you're part of an infertility group, you get the hell out of that thing. If you're talking about an infertility journey, change it to fertility journey. Or even better, a surrender journey. Just hand the fertility over to the Divine Mother because you're not trying to conceive anymore. You are preparing for pregnancy. And see, look how the Divine Mother helped my camera even out. Ask her the big things and the little things. Divine Mother, I had a thought. Let me know the ways that I can prepare for this baby, because the Divine Mother wants you to know that if you are wanting a baby, you are supposed to have this baby. So ask her to show you, how can I prepare for this pregnancy? How can I think about this in a different way? She is the go-to. Ask her the big things and the little things, and she will answer. She just wants a relationship with you. She is the Divine Mother. You are becoming a Divine Mother. It only makes sense that we would have this incredibly loving relationship. And the last thing is, she wants you to know that she loves you more than anything else. And she would never, ever, when you hand your life over to her, she's never going to make it worse, okay? It's only going to be better. But we do have to surrender our will, our plan, our timing in honor of hers, which is so much better. So ask the Divine Mother, Divine Mother, I am now preparing for pregnancy. Show me the steps. Show me a different way to think about this. Because it's time, dear sisters. It's absolutely time. There is a wave of spirit babies that are coming in now, and they are claiming you. So it's time for us just to get out of the way. We've made enough messes ourselves. Surrender the mess. Divine Mother, you take over. You take over. All right, if you want more of this kind of information, then I would also recommend subscribing to my other site, where I'm going to start doing Sunday sermons of Hot Mess Ministries. Just keeping the realness and the authenticity in the divine relationship. We don't have to be religious or crazy. We just got to be who we are. The divine is with us right now. So, dear sisters, if you're ready to go from TTC to PFP, invite the divine in. You just need a little bit of a spark. It doesn't no matter where you are in your journey. I can't wait to hear of your pregnancy announcement. I love you.